I'm here and I just learned something new right here on True Crime Tonight. Stick around. You're going to learn something new too. So, Bana, she's a fashion designer. She testified that her and Cassie hung out and used drugs frequently while Cassie was dating Diddy. Okay, no shame there. I get it. She also recalled witnessing a lot of the abuse. She saw them throw knives at each other, she said, which is, horribly toxic. She recounted that in 2016, Diddy stormed into Cassie's apartment, picked her up, and dangled her over the balcony, again, 17 floors up in the air, shouting at her, "You know what you did." Meanwhile, she's like, "I have no idea what I did." How terrifying would that be?
She's petrified.
Now, didn't Suge Knight also do that with Vanilla Ice?
Yes.
Famously, yes.
Yeah, I know, exactly. That was secret informant from behind bars. That Suge Knight, yes, was weighing in regularly about this case.
Right. I mean, that's just kind of crazy. So he eventually threw her onto the balcony furniture, and like I said, there were bruises on her body, and she even had a neck injury from this.
Doesn't it feel like her injuries just are relentlessly reported by everyone? I mean, I think that's something that everybody pretty much agrees on, right? That it was drug-fueled and that she was getting beaten up all the time and that black eyes were regular. And yeah, you talk about this knife fight. At some point, Diddy literally threw a knife at her. And then she, like a little ninja, threw it right back.
Yeah.
Both times they missed, but that's so toxic to your point,
toxic.
Beyond measure.
Like, if I was in that kind of relationship, I'd be like, okay, there's nothing that I can do. I have got to get out of here. But I digress. I'm definitely not blaming her. She also testified, you guys, that her and Cassie were in Malibu, with Diddy, and they were like just taking photos on the beach, the being girls, right? And Diddy storms up to her and says, again, she says she doesn't know why, and says she got in his face, or he got in her face, I'm sorry, and said, "I'm the devil and I could kill you." That seems wackadoo to me. Absolutely wackadoo. If any of this is true, Diddy is a crazy person. Out of control, psycho, just crazy behavior. Now here's the thing though. In November of last year, Bana filed a lawsuit against Diddy demanding $10 million. Okay, and that civil suit is still pending, and she said that there's no financial benefit for her to be testifying at this trial, but that lawsuit is still pending. I just thought it was interesting to mention that, because
that gets brought up quite a bit too.
Yeah,
the civil lawsuit, I think, here's the thing about these lawsuits, and we should have a lawyer on to really unpack this. They sign NDAs, right? So that seems to be a name of the game in Diddy world, is that everybody has to sign an NDA, which is, short for
non-disclosure agreement.
Exactly, a non-disclosure agreement, meaning anything that happens here you cannot talk about or you will be sued. And, our understanding is that was applied to Cassie, his ex, as well, until she filed her civil lawsuit in November of 2023?
2024.
Yeah, 2024.
Just last year.
She had this civil lawsuit, and it was pretty clever because in that lawsuit, which becomes public record, she accounted for some of the abuse she endured, and that was sort of the crack that sort of broke the dam, and the water has since flushed in, followed by the raids and so a civil